So the first thing, Catholic Coalition for Church Reform, the first thing that we do is to try to agitate for change, or try to bring to consciousness and awareness that change is possible. Oftentimes people will be alone in their parish thinking, boy, I really don't like that, my lesbian daughter is not welcome here. And they don't realize that there are a lot of other people who feel that way. Or I don't like that I'm divorced and remarried and I can't take communion. That doesn't feel right. There are a lot of people that think that there are some changes. So this Catholic Coalition for Church Reform is meant to try to bring awareness that there are a lot of us who think that the church is not presently living the gospel the way it needs to be. And we're certainly not living the spirit of Vatican II. So the Catholic Coalition for Church Reform has put on Synods of the Baptized. Synod being a gathering. It's a gathering of the faithful. We have about 500 people come. We've had 2 in the last couple of years where people then gather. We have a keynote speaker who addresses church reform. This year we're gearing up for just a spectacular synod on September 28th this year. It's going to be at the Ramada at the Mall of America. It's an all-day event, and we have Sister Gail Warcello coming, who's going to be talking about creation and how creation evolves, but also helping us to see that the church is also meant to evolve. It is not a static structure that was, pretty much it's been sort of stuck in the mud since the Reformation. And Vatican II started to change it, but we need to implement those Vatican II changes. So we're looking at how the church itself and how our faith and how we live our faith evolves. And there are going to be, in the afternoon, there are going to be breakout sessions. So some people say, well, it would be great if we could have a voice in selecting our own bishops, but we're not allowed to. Well, that's not exactly true. There are some things that we can do to have a voice in how we select our bishops, or how we have models of church, or there's going to be a breakout session on the theology of the sexuality that our church presently embraces and what might be possible. What could we do differently? There's a breakout session on helping people who feel alienated from the church. I think that might be a sizable group. So we have breakout sessions that I think are relevant to what people are struggling with. So that's the that is the Catholic Coalition for Church Reform having the synod and co-creating the living church is the title. That's calling upon our baptism, saying we have not just a right but actually a duty to build the church according to what our conscience calls us to do and according to how we understand the gospel. And then, as part of the Catholic Coalition for Church Reform, we recognize that there needs to be a way for people to have their voices heard. And so when people have concerns, they bring them to the Council of the Baptized, which is a 21-member council. And at the upcoming synod, we're going to be electing a new slate of council members. And there we have issued position papers we've got one coming up on lay preaching. We have one on financial transparency and accountability, saying, hey, the church really ought to be more transparent. We need to be able to see what's going on financially. Bishop selection, we have a paper on that. We have made a recommendation to our present bishop asking to reinstate the Archdiocesan Pastoral Council, which would be, again, it would be a way for lay people to actually have a voice to be heard in the way the Archdiocese works. We have written to the present Archbishop several times asking, please sit down and talk with us. We have ideas. We would just love to talk with you. And so far that has not been fruitful. He's not met with us or agreed to do so. But the Council of the Baptized is a way that we use our voices and try to give lay people a chance to have a voice in what's happening and express their concerns.